EVAMAB is the acronym for Economic Valuation of Ecosystem Services in Man and Biosphere Reserves. And it's a project funded by the Belgian Science Policy to support UNESCO Man and Biosphere program. It is located in 4 sites in Africa, 4 map sites. One is the north of Benin in Penjari National Park. The other one is a transboundary park between Kenya and Uganda, in Uganda, Mount Elgon National Park. The third one is Lake Manyara in Tanzania, in the northern part of Tanzania. And the fourth one is Lake Tana in Ethiopia. All these sites are map sites, and we try to improve the Man and Biosphere functions through ecosystem services and stakeholder engagement. The 2 main outcomes of this project is, on the one hand, this regional workshop in Ethiopia, bringing together all stakeholders and discussing about EVAMAB, and finally to draft a manual, a technical manual for UNESCO, by UNESCO and for UNESCO to support the map managers and the decision makers to improve conservation of these sites together with the stakeholders.
The idea of supporting a project as EVAMAB came from a need that was expressed by the AfriMap network, the network of African Bass Reserve. Back to 2013, we had our General Assembly, and the topic that time was green economy and ecosystem services. And it appears that the participants were not very well aware of what was ecosystem services. It was quite new for them. So the need really grew from the African network, that they need to know more and they need to be capacitated in these ecosystem services issues for a better management of the sites.
We have been working with other UNESCO programs, and depending a little bit on the priorities at a certain time within BELSPO, we fit in supporting certain UNESCO programs. We have done before geology, we have done World Heritage, and now we find, because there is a kind of momentum for biodiversity loss, also relation to climate change, that we find that engagement in this program would be really complementary with the research programs we fund on biodiversity and climate. And we also felt that it even could have much more impact than the pure research project, because it fits in the objectives of a program that they want to have concrete actions.
I think such applied projects are very important because the cohabitation between humans and wildlife are problematic in many parts of the world, and in particular in tropical Africa, where I work a lot. I observe that most of the species groups that I study are under threat or are going to be distinct by the time that I will retire. And this is something that is very distressing. And I think that by combining various disciplines, including my own, we can maybe find ways to to increase the facility of cohabitation between humans and their needs and the animals and the ecosystems that inhabit the ecosystems and that actually make the ecosystems work.
Well, the EVAMAB project, to which I've been involved as an advisor on the site, is an interesting example of how we can link science with policy action, with relevant. I think it is good for the ecologist and the economist and the social scientist and all to see that they all need to come together in order to provide useful information. At the same time, direct engagement with the Man and Biosphere reserves, make sure that we deal with real issues, real questions. We don't get caught into the academic detail. The focus is on things that really matter. At the same time, for Man and Biosphere reserves, it is very good to get the support of academic researchers, get credibility to the findings, give a voice to the local people that come through here, and hopefully have a bit more power and influence in the national debates which they're part of. So it really can be a win-win for the research side and the applied side, but only if we really listen to each other and only if we work on the boundary work part of it.